Did you cross paths with John Cena backstage at all while he was naked?
No, but I was looking. I was looking from the seats. I was like, let me get a peek.
Should I have opened my shirt up?
No, what?
No one wants to see that.
Are you sure now? You don't know what's that.
What do you think of this John Cena moment?
The who?
John Cena when he had just the
Oh! That was hysterical.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yeah, we need some laughter, right? And the Ken song was fantastic as well. So it was a fun evening.
The 2024 Oscars were recently held, and surprisingly, the people who won awards are not the topic of conversation. In fact, the moment that everyone is talking about is when someone presented an award for the best costume design, and that someone is John Cena. So why is someone presenting an award getting so much attention? Well, John Cena basically appeared to be naked, and everyone is confused as to whether he was forced to perform this stunt or not. So, what really went down during this moment that got everyone talking? It all started when John Cena, set to present an award, was involved in a bit that harked back to a wild Oscar moment from 1974. Picture this: back then, during the 46th Academy Awards, a naked man dashed across the stage right as David Niven was introducing Elizabeth Taylor. Fast forward to now, Cena was teasing the audience with a similar stunt for the 50th anniversary of that infamous streaker moment.
The award for the Best Picture is never lightly given. And now, to divulge the contents of this year's most important envelope is a very important contributor to world entertainment, and someone
But here's the twist. Cena bails on the plan. Amid the setup, pretending to be chatting with someone off stage named Jimmy, Cena pulls out, deciding not to go through with the naked dash across the stage. He argues it's not right for such a classy event, even jokingly critiquing his own wrestling attire, his jorts, as being worse than naked. Despite the back and forth, Cena is pushed to just present the award without the stunt. He plays along, humorously commenting on the importance of costumes, only to struggle with opening the envelope. The nominees he announced for Best Costume Design were from a mix of movies, adding a serious note to the comedic setup. Eventually, he reveals the winner, Poor Things.
I can't come there. Do the thing. Excuse me for a second. What's going on? You're supposed to run across the stage.
I changed my mind. I don't want to do the streaker bit.
What do you mean you don't want to do the streaker bit anymore? We're doing it.
I just don't feel right about it. Man, it's an elegant event. You know, honestly, you should feel shame right now for suggesting such a tasteless idea.
It's supposed to be funny.
The male body is not a joke.
Mine is.
No, it's not.
This unexpected turn, Cena's hesitation, the humorous jokes about his jorts and the importance of costumes, all combined to make this moment the center of attention, creating an unforgettable Oscars scene. This funny act at the Oscars made lots of celebrities laugh and even got some to talk about it out loud. One famous person, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, didn't just post about it online or talk about it in private, he spoke about it on TV during an interview with Jimmy Kimmel. Kimmel started by mentioning his first time hosting the Oscars in 2017 and showed a picture of The Rock looking very serious because of a mistake with the winner's envelope. Then he talked about a wild moment from this year's Oscars. He told a story about walking off stage with John Cena, who wasn't fully dressed, and then running into The Rock. Kimmel made a joke about thinking they were going to start wrestling right there. He said they missed a chance to tell everyone about WrestleMania by not pretending to wrestle. The Rock made some funny comments about it too.
The first time I hosted the Oscars was in 2017, and you were like in one of the front seats, and that was the night, the infamous night of the mix-up with
Mix-up at the end.
envelope.
Yes.
And there's a photograph of you. Have you seen this photograph? There's a photograph of you, and if we could zoom in, we can see that. There you are. Meryl Streep's right here. And you actually look troubled, yeah.
Look, in this moment, you know how when something becomes really surreal, even in this crazy makeup world of Hollywood, it was at the end there, I thought that, oh, is someone purposefully trying to sabotage this moment? So this was a little, do I need to get up here and take care of that? Luckily I didn't, because I would have been arrested. But
I would have gladly let you be the one who went up there and figured that out.
But it was a crazy moment.
It was. I had a crazy moment with you last night, actually. It was kind of weird. I'm coming off the stage where they partially nude John Cena.
Yes.
And we're going through this little alley, and then there's you and John Cena. I'm like, I feel like I might be fighting, so I might be wrestling here in a second. And I feel like you guys, I thought about it afterwards, you really missed an opportunity to promote WrestleMania by attacking each other in that moment on a folding chair, a smash, something like
Right,
that.
but a half-naked John Cena isn't the guy who I want to attack in that moment.
You want him fully naked?
I want
The Rock saw the whole thing as just a funny moment and didn't think too much about it, but not all celebrities felt the same way about the stunt. One celebrity in particular, Candace Owens, had a different take. Candace made a video on her YouTube channel called Candace Owens Podcast to share her thoughts. In the video, Candace dives deep into why she thinks the stunt wasn't funny at all. She talks about how it doesn't make sense and why things like this shouldn't be seen as humorous. She also touches on how Hollywood has changed our view on nudity, making us less sensitive to it. Candace makes it clear that she didn't find the stunt amusing in the slightest. She even talks about people saying John Cena was just doing it to promote his upcoming movie, and she wasn't a fan of that idea either.
Last night, it was, in fact, the Oscars, and you know what to expect. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but I knew that there was going to be nudity. I knew that the celebrities just can't get through an event without promoting nudity and or transgenderism, both if it's a really good night. And so I was not at all surprised to learn that John Cena, the wrestler, decided to do a joke, supposed to be funny, and appear naked as he was presenting the Oscar for Best Costume Design. It's just incredible to me how funny they find that. Like, they just think it's absolutely hilarious. And listen, I don't have any ill will towards John Cena. I just have ill will towards this needing to be necessary when you are presenting. But I don't understand it. None of it makes any sense to me. And what I perceive this to be is just kind of Hollywood constantly trying to establish trends. And part of what they do is they have made us not sensitive to looking at nudity, right? It's the desensitization, is the effort that Hollywood is constantly making. We talked about that last week.
The last celebrity reaction we'll talk about is from Michelle Yeoh. Michelle was actually at the Oscars, and in an interview with Extra TV, she said she found the whole thing hilarious. She mentioned that celebrities really need these kinds of funny moments during big events like the Oscars.
What do you think of this John Cena moment?
The who?
John Cena when he had just the
Oh! That was hysterical.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yeah, we need some laughter, right? And the Ken song was fantastic as well. So it was a fun evening.
A lot of people have mixed feelings about this event because it's pretty controversial. The big question is whether John Cena was really pushed into doing this stunt or not. He seemed really uncomfortable up there, not really into the whole idea of streaking. He just stood there looking kind of awkward, which makes us wonder if he actually had a say in doing it. Celebrities often find themselves in situations where they're asked to wear certain costumes or perform specific acts to enhance a movie's appeal. Cat Williams, who's been getting a lot of attention on social media after his eye-opening interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, talked about similar experiences. In his interview, Cat opened up about how celebrities are sometimes pressured into doing things they might not want to do. After calling out Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer for not telling the truth in the interview, Cat Williams turned his attention to Kevin Hart, labeling him as someone who was artificially pushed by the entertainment industry. Cat questioned Kevin's sudden rise to fame, pointing out that before his big break in Soul Plane, Kevin wasn't known for selling out comedy clubs. Cat and Kevin have had issues for years, with Cat previously suggesting that Kevin compromised his values for fame.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
When Kevin went on The Breakfast Club to suggest Cat blames Hollywood for his own problems, Cat responded by stressing that Kevin would do anything to succeed. He also addressed Kevin's claims about substance misuse and betraying movie studios on Shannon's podcast, stating he's never had problems with either. Cat emphasized that he and Kevin haven't been in the same room for over 25 years and continued to accuse Kevin of giving in to industry pressures. Cat referred to the widespread belief that black male entertainers in Hollywood are often pressured to wear a dress in films as a rite of passage to greater fame. This idea is supported by several several actors and comedians, including Dave Chappelle, who has openly discussed the issue. Dave particularly highlighted his refusal to wear a dress on screen, linking it to his decision to turn down a $50 million deal from Comedy Central in 2006, citing the moral conditions attached to such deals.
It's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through stress because, you know, when you're a guy that generates money,
Yeah.
people have a vested interest in controlling.
Yeah.
Were they trying to control you? Because, you know, I read the Time magazine article and they were quoted as saying you had extreme creative control and that you really ran your own show.
Yeah, okay, but Oprah, I did 2 very successful seasons before that. So
Yeah.
why all of a sudden on the 3rd time am I in Africa by myself? Like,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah.
For him, these decisions were about sticking to his principles and standing firm against industry norms that he believes undermine one's integrity. This stance resonates Dave Chappelle's thoughts and highlights a larger issue of the pressures and expectations placed on entertainers, particularly in terms of how they are perceived and the roles they are expected to play in order to gain fame.
Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need to know. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Kevin Hart, when questioned about wearing a dress for roles, stated he wouldn't cross his personal lines. However, his appearance in a dress during an SNL skit later led to accusations of him compromising his principles. Despite previous successes, Kevin's career saw a notable boost following the skit, fueling speculation about the industry's influence.
The new pope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee, Kevin Wallace.
Wow. Wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Some fans see the dress issue as a mere conspiracy theory, but according to Kat, there's often some truth behind conspiracies. Addressing Kevin's SNL appearance, Kat suggested the situation was bigger than Kevin alone, hinting that refusal to align with industry elites limits a comedian's success. Despite this, Kevin's career in Hollywood has flourished. Given the conversations around the pressures and expectations in Hollywood, as discussed by celebrities like Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle, it's worth pondering whether John Cena's situation was similar. Both Kat and Dave have openly shared their experiences of rejecting significant sums of money to stay true to their values, rather than comply with Hollywood's demands. This backdrop raises questions about Cena's decision to participate in the skit. Hollywood is known for its willingness to pay well to achieve its aims, leading us to speculate whether Cena accepted an enticing offer to go through with his performance. This scenario underscores the broader challenge many stars face, navigating the tension between professional opportunities and personal integrity in an industry that constantly tests both. So what's your take on all this? Do you think John Cena was pushed into doing the skit, or did he choose to do it himself? And do you think Hollywood will keep putting celebrities in these kinds of situations? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below.